we're seeing, as you said, Polly, the fact that this rooftop, in fact, the rooftops of two buildings have now been occupied.
And Jackie, we're just seeing that army vehicle now trying to make into Tahrir Square. I think it's being driven this time, not just pushed, with some pro-government supporters on top of it, and it seems to have entered the square. We can't see it anymore, but just a second ago, we saw it there. There it is. It is approaching towards the square with some pro-government supporters there. Certainly very worrying, Jackie.
Well, yes, I mean, this is a very fluid situation, Polly, as we've been seeing. We've been seeing the fact that you've got the anti-government demonstrators still holding the centre of the square looking a lot thinner than it was just 24 hours earlier. And all of the fighting, the clashes are happening on the approach roads to the square, with certainly a great deal of focus in this area that we've been looking at near to the Egyptian Museum. And if we actually look at this area now and exactly see who's holding what facilities, we've got these people on the rooftops who have been throwing projectiles down into the crowd, and we've seen in the street below the battle lines moving back and forth. The use largely by the pro-government demonstrators of apparently abandoned military vehicles, which they appear to have commandeered and have been using as a mobile front line. They've been standing behind them and have been lobbing projectiles over towards the anti-government demonstrators in the square. And this is really a scene that's carrying on. This is essentially a scene that's repeating in the approach roads all over the square. Now, we've been having some statements from the government. The government has denied that there are any secret police, any police officers in plain clothes who have been infiltrating the crowds. They claim that these are ordinary Egyptians who've come to express their outrage at the chaos and anarchy that has been unfolding in Egypt ever since the demonstrations of last Friday.